Hello everyone and welcome back to Lotus Premier Education. My name is Amanda and I want to be your college tutor. Today we're going to talk about a super exciting and very important part of the college admissions process, and that is how to make your college list. Now, we can't talk about this topic without talking about when to make your college list. Here's a secret, it's earlier than you might think. The best time to start your college list is actually at the beginning of your sophomore year. And the reason why is because freshman year has passed, you have some grades under your belt, you know about where you'll fall as an academic candidate, but you need time to start falling in love with your schools. And the only way that you can do that is by visiting and by researching. Something that I think is really important when you make your college list is loving every single school on your list. Something that I don't love hearing is when students will tell me they were accepted to a school and they handle it really casually or they're not super excited. A school that might be a safety for you is a reach for someone else, and it's still an amazing college or university. So you want to make sure that no matter where a school falls on your list, it's a place that you're excited about and that you could really see yourself. A college acceptance is a college acceptance. So at the beginning of sophomore year, you want to take a look at where you are academically. What are your grades showing? And also where you want to be academically in college. Do you want a school that's really going to challenge you? Do you want a school that has a little bit less pressure or more work-life balance? These are some of the early questions you can ask yourself as you begin looking at schools. Now, something important to keep in mind. College lists are evolving works in progress. I like to think about them as a Google Doc rather than a Word document or a PDF. A college list is something that should always be changing and always be moving based on what you're seeing and what you think about the schools that you're seeing. So start with some of your concrete, tangible factors. Do you want to be in the Northeast? Do you want to be in the South? Do you want to be on the West Coast? Do you want to look at international schools? Once you begin there, you can then start categorizing schools by tiers. Some schools are going to be reach schools. For example, no matter who you are, Harvard or Yale are reach schools. If they're going to be on your list, know that they are always going to be a long shot, and it's good to have reach schools, but you can't have reach schools without a balance underneath. That balance underneath are target or safety schools. Target schools mean that based on the data provided from your school and from the colleges, your academic profile fits in with their academic profile. And you would have a good chance of getting in, but there's still a level of unpredictability, which would be who else is applying with you that year, what they're actually looking for that year. So target schools are a good match for you, but there's still a level of unpredictability. Safety schools are schools where your academic profile is higher, slightly higher than their academic profile, which means there is a much higher likelihood that you will be able to be accepted. Safety schools are schools that you should count on. So when you're making this list, make sure you're also taking into account your school's success rate at each of these universities and colleges. High schools actually have relationships that they have established with schools and universities. And so some high schools will historically do better at one college or university over another. If there's a school that your high school has a really good relationship with, chances are that might be on the lower target or safety side as long as your academic profile matches theirs. Another thing to keep in mind, your college list should start much broader, wider, and longer than your final college list will be. Remember, your college list is experimental. We want to see what you like and what you don't like before we put together a list of our final choices. Now, another thing that I will hear is how long should the college list be? Traditional advice is that you should have 4 targets, 4 safeties, and at least 4 reaches, which would be about 12 schools. I like to say that a comfortable list is somewhere between 12 and 15 schools. One thing you want to keep in mind is the college admissions landscape right now is really competitive and highly unpredictable. So you want to have a school list that is manageable, Remember, each of these colleges and universities also have essays. So the longer your list gets, the slightly more unmanageable the process becomes. But you also want to have a list that's long enough to account for unpredictability and competitiveness. So a couple of things to recap here. Start your college list early in sophomore year. Make sure you're doing college visits and lots of research to determine the schools that are right for you. Make sure you have at least 4 safeties, 4 targets, and 4 reaches on your final college list. And make sure that you are considering all of the data before dividing your schools into targets, safeties, and reaches. Make sure you know which schools students from your high school are getting into and how that matches with the statistics these schools are showing for across their admissions pool. If this video is helpful, please like, subscribe to our channel, comment down below with any questions you may have, and good luck, students, with the college process. We'll see you soon.